Hello and welcome to Dad Got This. And today we have another review. The good people over at Comfee sent me another air fryer to review. Not that I've done enough of these, but I love air fryers. And I love the air fryer oven style ones. Don't get one of the air fryer basket ones. They're useless in my opinion. If you're going to get an air fryer, get an air fryer oven. Now, I'm lazy. And I don't feel like going through the whole unboxing process. And I don't feel like making you go through the unboxing process. So I borrowed something. This is my daughter's Harry Potter wand. I think this will speed up the whole process. Hold on. Unboxo. See? Much faster. Quick little heads up. The good people over at Comfee sent me this unit for review. I did not have to pay for it. I do not have to send it back. However, no money exchanged hands for this review. They don't get any input into this video. They don't take a review it before it goes up. And these are my true and honest opinions on the unit. Just wanted to be upfront and honest with you about that. This is the Comfee air fryer oven. This is a digital version of an air fryer oven. The last one I reviewed was a more analog version. Twisty knobs, click, click, click for the countdown timers. This one has a little bit more technology built into it. I like technology as long as it works. We're going to check that out. Let's see kind of what we got here and what kind of features are included in this oven. We'll go through a couple of things that came with it. Open her up. Inside here, we get what looks to be a stainless air fry basket. Pretty lightweight. Looks like it'll be easy to clean, I hope. We'll find out later as we use it down the road. You get a cooking rack. This is where you set the basket on and do most of your regular cooking with. You get a baking pan / heavy-duty drip tray. This is for when you're cooking anything that's going to be super greasy that you want to catch drippings on. You're going to use this, or you can use it as like a cookie sheet or a baking pan. And then there is a little drip tray that goes along the bottom that protects the bottom of the oven from getting damaged from regular use. That just slides right in there like that. Couple of things I'll point out. I like that it's like a solid glass door. On my other air fryer oven that I have, it is a two-piece door with like a metal outside and a glass insert and a gasket. I'm already starting to get leaks through the gasket and I've got drips along the glass that I cannot clean. It annoys me that I can't clean it. This one looks like it'll be a lot easier to maintain. Got a nice little handle on it. Seems to work well. Came very well packaged. No damage on the item. I like that. It's not very heavy. Pretty easy to move around despite its size. Everything slides in nice and easily. And there goes that one. And then it came with a couple other accessories. It came with this little forky pick thing, a rotisserie spit, and the two little prongs that go on the ends of the rotisserie spit. That's because this does rotisserie cooking, among a bunch of other features. We are going to be testing out the rotisserie cooking feature today. That's what I want to be testing. We're going to cook a big old chicken in here. We're going to do a Hawaiian recipe. I don't like to cook your basic normal stuff, so we're going to do something a little fun, a little Hawaiian recipe. But let's look at some of the other features that are in this oven. To do that, I'm going to have to look at the manual because there's a lot of them. The unit comes with a little cookbook. We've got quite a few recipes in here. They've got recipes for some lamb chops, chicken wings, chicken cutlets, shrimp Diablo, cookies, breakfast hash, quite a bit of stuff in here. Maybe I'll cook a few recipes from here in the future. Some registration cards, some information that it's hot when you cook in it. Really. A quick start guide and our manual. Let's take a look at the manual and see all of the features that we got in our new oven. This can air fry, air roast, air broil, toast, has a pizza setting, a bake setting, a rotisserie setting, a cookie setting, a warm setting, a reheat setting, a proof setting, and a dehydrate setting. Okay. Now, air fry, air roast, air broil. I think those are pretty much all just air fry settings with slight variations. I'll have to figure out kind of what they're doing differently than just air fry. Now, toast, you can just make toast. It tells you can tell it how thick your slice of toast is and how toasty you want it. That could be helpful. Now, there's a pizza setting. I don't know if this is for reheating pizza or making pizza. I will have to look into that. A baking setting, that's normal because these are basically little convection ovens. Rotisserie, which we will be testing. Cookies, a special setting to like make perfect cookies. Warm, I like this. You can just throw food in here and it'll go down to 120 degrees. So it'll hold between 120 and 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and you can keep food warm in here. I can see this being perfect for like barbecue. After I cook like a little brisket or some ribs, I can put it on the warm setting and do a hot hold and keep it in here for an extended period of time, which is what you need to do in some barbecue recipes. And it'll just get you like super juicy barbecue food. So that could help. Reheat. We reheat all kinds of food in our air fryer. Proof. You can proof doughs in here and make it proof faster. So instead of waiting hours for your dough to proof, you set this on proof and it goes from like 80 to 110 degrees and you can proof a dough in here. Very useful. I might proof some pizza dough in here. And dehydrate. You can make jerky and stuff in here. I love making jerky at home. So much cheaper than buying jerky. As I stated in the intro, I feel if you are going to purchase an air fryer, purchase one of these. Purchase an air fryer oven style. Don't purchase the little basket ones. These are just so much more versatile. You can do so much more in them, and you will use them every day. Of all of the gadget appliances that I have, the one that I use every day is my air fryer oven. I have legitimately replaced my regular oven. I barely use it. We do everything in here. I cook nuggets for the kiddo. They come out way better than in the microwave. I cook frozen pizzas in here. We reheat all of our leftovers in here. If it's like a meat, chicken, fried chicken, anything you want to be crispy after you reheat it, put it in here. It is just the most versatile and useful item. You can replace your toaster. You can replace so many things. I barely use my oven. You can literally turn your oven into that pot and pan storage and not worry about having to use it for cooking. Speaking of cooking, let's go ahead and put this to the test. Let's test the rotisserie feature. My old air fryer oven, I couldn't fit a 5-pound chicken in. It wouldn't turn it properly. It would hit the bottom. It just didn't work out. They say I can fit a 5-pound chicken in here. We're going to find out. Let's go see.
Are you enjoying this video? There are a few simple things you can do to help Dad out. You could give this video a like. You could subscribe if you're not, and hit that bell. All right, thanks.
To put the rotisserie feature to the test on this oven, we're going to cook some Huli Huli chicken. Sounds fancy, but it's not. It is a Hawaiian-style rotisserie chicken, and it's really easy to make. Let's whip up the marinade. It's not really a marinade. It's more of a rub, liquidy, marinade-y thing. Never mind. Let's just do it. We need a bowl. Now, the traditional recipe calls for dark soy sauce. I couldn't get my hands on any, but a great substitute for it is hoisin sauce. You can find this in any grocery store just about anywhere. It'll give you a good substitute for the flavor. It has that umami flavor to it. It's a little bit sweet. It's got a little bit of saltiness to it. It'll do the job. It won't be exactly the same, but it will come close. I'll put all the exact amounts for the ingredients for this in the description below. I need some lime juice, a little bit of honey, some brown sugar, minced garlic. You know it's a recipe I'm going to like if it's got garlic in it. A little something for the kiddo, ketchup, a little bit of sesame oil, a little bit of sea salt, and black pepper. It calls for some Tabasco sauce. I only had the green stuff, so I think that'll be fine. We'll just put a tiny bit in there. Green stuff is very mild. It should not add very much spice. That was almost a problem. Now, The recipe doesn't call for this, but been adding it to my food a lot lately, thanks to Uncle Somebody. Uncle Roger's got me on that white powder. I've been adding MSG, just a pinch, to a lot of my recipes, and it just kicks up that flavor. Hi-ya! That's terrible, but this is delicious. Don't be afraid of it. It's okay. It's natural. And now we're just gonna mix. Mixture ready. Now we need a bird. I do not rinse my meats off in the sink. It's just not very sanitary. You're just splashing unsanitary juices all around your kitchen. A paper towel, pat and dry, perfectly fine. So that's what we'll do. We'll just take our chicken here. For science sake, this is a 5.19 pound chicken. We will remove the giblets and such. The next step is we're gonna kind of just rub and brush the marinade all over this chicken. Not all of it, probably about a third of it. We're not gonna reserve any of it as like a dipping sauce, so you don't have to worry about cross-contamination, but about a third of it's gonna go on the chicken. Hey, what's up, kiddo? The kiddo's here. Hi. I'm making some chicken. It's a little raw right now. I don't think we can eat it at the moment. Do you know what it's called?
No.
Huli Huli Chicken.
What?
Huli Huli. Can you say Huli Huli? Huli Huli. Yes, it's Hawaiian. Yeah. That's why I've got my Hawaiian shirt on. And we're going to throw it in the new air fryer oven that we're testing. Yeah. Now I have to touch raw chicken. Okay, bye. She just wants to say hi. All right, now the raw chickeny part happens. Let me get my brush. For this, I like to go with a good set of gloves. Because one of the things we're going to want to do is try to get the marinade under the skin, especially in the breast area. So to do that, we're going to work our hands kind of underneath this skin and kind of separate it out from the bud. Be careful as you're trying not to puncture the skin itself. Just, see, I've already punctured the skin. As I told you to be careful and not do what I just did. I've done a semi-acceptable job at that. Now, we'll take our marinade, brush, and we're just gonna start kind of getting the whole outside of this guy. A happy little tree over here, little bush, and then maybe there's like a little cloud over here. Sorry, I was having a Bob Ross moment. Then at this point, when you start getting a good amount on there, you can just start really working it in. Make sure you're stirring, because all the sugars and stuff are at the bottom. We want to get all that goopy stuff on the bird, and apparently on yourself. That part where I was talking about getting under the bird, we're going to pour some down in there and really work it in. I might have to do a little toothpick action to retie the skin where I messed it up, but I think it'll be okay. And we're going to rebrush this 1 or 2 times while it's on the rotisserie. We'll let it sit and kind of just marinate like this for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes before it goes and gets on the rotisserie. See you in about 20 minutes. Moment of truth time. Will the chicken fit in the oven? Step 1, skewer your chicken. You have these little guys. They have thumb screws on them. Turn your thumb screws so they're nice and open. Doctor. Rotisserie bird, just go right through the middle. Thumb screw guy goes on the end. This guy jams right in the back of the bird. You want to try to kind of center it as best as you can. And then you tighten down your thumb screw. There may need to be some adjusting done. Once you get everything all kind of set and done, jam this guy into this little section right here. That might work. We'll tighten our thumb screw. Now, you can't have all this going on. We are going to need to truss, and we're going to need to tie this bird and get it all trussed up so it cannot flop around like an NBA player. I won't mention which one. You can leave which one you think I'm talking about in the comments. Now, I will fully admit I have no idea what I'm doing. I probably should have YouTubed and looked up how to trust a bird to go on a rotisserie. What fun would that have been when I can just try to figure it out? By no means probably the correct way to trust a bird. The bird is trust. Let's try to get it in the oven.
We're going to set this to 400 degrees on the rotisserie setting for 40 minutes. Now you will see here I tried twice because there are two sides to the rotisserie. There is a knobby side and a circular side. They only go in one way, so if you don't have it the right way, swap it. When it's in there, push on the big button and that'll start the oven.
We have officially made it further than my last one. It is spinning. It's a fat boy chicken, and it gets a little bit caught, but it eventually turns. I have a feeling as it shrinks, as it cooks, it'll hopefully turn a little bit easier. But you need that drip pan there on the bottom setting. Otherwise, you're going to have a big mess on your hands. So that's what it's touching. It's touching that drip pan on the bottom setting. The drip pan can't go any lower. We'll see how it turns out. We are at about the halfway mark. Just gave it another base with the sauce. Checked the temperature. The breast was at about 120. We're shooting for about 155, 165. So far, it does a little bit of a hiccup and hits the pan, but she's turning. I think we're going to work out just fine. So far, I'm comfy with this comfy oven. But oh, chat. I just found out something really interesting about chickens. Do you know what they're most afraid of? The apocalypse. It's charred, but not terrible. This is doable. Let's flip it over to the good side. Chicken's done. I think it came out pretty good. Now it is time for the best part, the taste test. And I have the official taste tester here. She's a very tough critic though. First, we will try a piece of the breast. Is it juicy? On a juiciness scale, how juicy would you say that piece of chicken is? Like an 8. That's pretty good. How do you like the flavor of the Huli Huli sauce?
You didn't.
You didn't get any of the Huli Huli flavor? Oh, okay. Then we'll dip it in a little bit of the juices that have run over here. For you, the next bite will be from your favorite piece of chicken, the leg.
Hey.
Yeah?
Good.
Yeah? Is it
Yeah.
a 10? All right, I'm going to go for a little bit of the leg right here.
The chicken is pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
Too.
The chicken is very juicy. If you get the skin where it's been nice and charred, you really get the sweetness of the hoisin and the lemon juice and that brown sugar. Want another bite? Okay, get the skin there. Get that piece with the skin.
A little bit burnt. Wet and charred.
Charred. But it's not really charred. That's the hoisin and the sugars that have caramelized. Too much for you? Okay. A little bit too much char for her. For me, I actually kind of like that charred piece. Scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Huli Huli chicken?
I would probably give it
A 9. Because of the char. You're not a big fan of the char. Okay. I will. That is a fair critique. Well, thank you. Back to your regular activity. I will say the Huli Huli chicken with all of its sugars and very sweet stuff in the marinade. It is a tough one for this rotisserie. As big as this chicken was, it's very close to the cooking element. You did get quite a bit of char in some of the areas. That is what the kiddo was not liking. Me, on the other hand, there are some of the pieces that have that heavy bit of char on it that I kind of like. I don't mind it. It's quite good to me. I'd almost say finger-licking good. As far as the Comfee oven, I think it did quite well. It sit an over 5-pound chicken, turned it no problem, did its little hiccups, but it made it through. I think this might replace my current air fryer oven in the kitchen. Stay tuned because I will be testing out all the other features that I thought were kind of interesting on this oven. I'll be testing out probably that dehydrate feature. Maybe I'll make some jerky. I'm gonna proof some dough. Maybe I'll make some pizza dough in there. And I'm gonna test that just the basic air fry feature. I wanna test that pizza setting. What the heck is that about? There's a lot in this oven that I wanna test out. I'm very excited. Thank you to Comfee for sending me this oven. If you are watching this video when it is first launching, there's a huge sale going on July 11th and July 12th. Instead of $149, this thing is gonna be $99 on Amazon. I'll throw the link in the description below if you want to pick one up. I suggest you do. If you are interested in picking up an air fryer, get one of the oven style. I mentioned it in the beginning of the video. Don't pick up one of the basket styles. They're just not as useful as one of these. Find yourself some counter space, stick this thing on your counter. You will use this every day. I sure do. If you have anything, you have questions about it or things you want me to test, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to do it. Dad may have to resist eating an entire rotisserie chicken by himself over the sink. But Dad doesn't do outros, so that's it. She just screamed, "So that's it, bye," from the living room. Yeah, she knows the outros that I don't do. Bye.
If you enjoyed that video, why not throw Dad a good old like and subscribe and do the notification thing, or leave me a comment about what your favorite part of this video was. That would really help Dad out, and you can go check out one of these other videos. I'm sure they're fantastic. I mean, I made them, so I'm pretty sure they're fantastic. All right, yeah, do that stuff.